Welcome back to Mission Monday. Today we're taking a look at where we are with the B17 missions and what we need to do and what we've done, I guess. Let's get started! Alright, so this is a project that's been taking forever. This is the B17G 909, which is what it's going to be right now with the skin, but there will be other versions, of course. The B17F, which has no front turret, and a different paint scheme. So today what we're going to take a look at is where we are with the B17 missions and what we need to do to get them done and what we need to get done to get them done, I guess? Yes, I think that's right. Alright, so let's take a quick look at where we are with the B17 so I can show you what we've been working on here since I've been so behind on everything. So in order to combat, right now I'm just using this magnet, Magall, on both tires to combat the rolling, turning, spinning B17, but I'm going to try something else today and see if we can do it with making actual, what do they call them? Chucks? Wheel chucks, I think? I don't know what they're actually called. But as you can see, it's still turning even with the magnets, and that is a problem. So we're going to try something different and see if we can fix that. And let's just talk about what we've done this week. So a lot of the stuff working on the B17 to get the B17 ready for the mission is a lot of internal stuff. So I'm going to jump in here. Alright, so what we've been working on is mostly this control panel has been a lot of the bulk of the work for the past week, I think it's been, week and a half. And so everything is mostly hooked up. We have the radio compass now works, so we can go ahead and, set a waypoint there and set it there. And then the radio compass tries to guide you in that general direction. And what else do we have? So we have the cowl flaps by N7. He insisted that I check out his cowl flaps. And I was like, oh, I don't have room. I don't have room. But turns out I have room. So let's take a look. So if we come out here, let's adjust the lighting. Much better. Okay. So the cowl flaps are in the front of the engine nacelles. And they cool off the engine, mainly when you're on the ground, but they're used in the air as well. But for our purposes, we have the cowl flaps hooked to the radiator, and if they're closed, the radiator is shut off, pretty much. And when they open, the radiator opens up, and that allows us to cool off the engines on the ground. So let's show you how they work now. If I just open up this one. Oh, well, nothing's going to work without power and hydraulics. Sorry. I forgot. So we have to put the hydraulics to 200 pounds of pressure before it will let us open bomb bay doors and flaps. And I think the cowl flaps, of course. I forgot what else. I don't remember. But we get to 200 pounds of pressure. And then we can let go of the button. And it will automatically fill up the hydraulics. Okay, we're done. Alright, so they will work now at 200 pounds of pressure. Let's go ahead and open this up. And you'll see them opening up. And that is thanks to N7, who designed these. So very nice. Might tweak it a bit more or less depending on how it looks. But right now I really like what he came up with. And I'm glad he suggested it. Alright, so that's been the bulk. And I'm not going to show you anything else. There are lots of things going on in here to get this B17 up and running. But that's a surprise for when it's done. So what we're going to look at is seeing if we can make the mission with the B17 on the runway so we can go ahead and spawn it, get it fueled up, and then, where am I? And then go ahead and unchuck it? I don't know what they're called.
Wood chucks. Unchuck wood chucks. Unchuck the chuck wheels. Unchuck the wheel chucks.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So let's get that started right now, and we're going to just do a test right here on this runway. All right, so what I think we're going to do first is we're going to come in here and create a new thing. All right, so we're going to create, I don't know what we're going to create. We're going to create a little thing like this. And maybe a slider on it? Yeah, let's use a slider on it. Okay, so we're going to do a slider, and there's a slider. And what we're going to do is we're going to, let's open this up a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and put the slider here. And then we're going to try to do this. So right now it is open. And what we want to do is probably, I don't know, probably a button. toggle button, toggle button, toggle button. No, press button, toggle button. Okay. All right. This is totally going to be weird, but it's probably maybe going to not work. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to just get an idea of... let's save this real quick. We'll call them tire chucks? I don't know if that's the right word, but that's what we're using. So tire chucks it is. And what we're going to do is load the B17 up really quick. Whatever. We just need the tires in their current position. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab that tire to this tire. And we're going to copy it. And then we're going to open up our tire chucks, wheel chucks. Wheel chucks? That sounds good. Wheel chucks. Tire chucks thing in a jig here. And we're going to go ahead and bring it up here. And maybe bring it like this. Maybe over here a little bit. Let's bring it over here. Do I want to go down one? Yeah, we'll go down. Okay, we're going to paste it there. All right. So this is just our guide. At least that's what I'm saying it is. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring out this and bring out this. That looks good. And then we're going to make our chuck part. And then what we're going to do is save our wheel chuck or our tire chuck, whatever we want to call it. And we're going to make a new controller really quick here. I'm going to call this
The wheel chuck could chuck wheels. All right. If a wheel chuck could chuck wheels. Could chuck wheels? Wheel chuck could chuck wheels? If a wheel chuck could... Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay.
All right, we're just going to come over here and do something with a numerical switch box and a constant number, I guess. Constant number. Okay. And we're just going to do this really quick because we're just going to do that. And I'm going to do it twice because I'm lazy. I don't feel like making the other thing a bump. All right, so we're going to come over here, boom, boom. Turn these to number inputs. I think they are number inputs. Okay, let's see. I'll just say left and right.
We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. We just want to see if it works. We just want to see if this works. If this works, then I'm going to be impressed. Yeah, like that, maybe? And then the wheel comes right here, like that. And it goes up. We can't see the rest of the wheel because the wheel is just too big. Yeah, that's about right. And then there's a third block up there, right? Yeah, it goes across. I could, like, move it down. Don't want to do that. It's so much effort. All right, let's move it down.
If we want, we could do this, right? Like this. Oops. Like this. Can we do this? Is this better? Oops. Sorry. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, we'll just do this. Like, oh, you know, warning. You left your wood chuck in there. Wheel chuck. I meant wheel chuck. All right, I'm back from the mission editor, and I just wanted to show you what I did really quick. So I took the wheel. Where did I put them? Way over there. So I took the wheel chucks, tire chucks, whatever they're called, and I put them in the ground. So I want to see if I could put them underground. And that is not what I expected. I thought, did I not put them in static? Okay, so I just went back to the mission editor after I tweaked the blocks. But what I found out is that I did set the object to static, and it's still coming out of the ground. So you cannot, it appears, you cannot put the stuff underground without it freaking out. See this? Look at this. Yeah, it's static, but it's not static. See, I thought static meant that it was sitting on the ground and that it wouldn't, did these move too? That it would not interact with the physics at all. It would not move. Like once you put it down, like maybe you could push buttons and stuff, but it wouldn't actually stop, or it wouldn't actually move without a button or a pivot. All right, so we're gonna go back to the mission editor. All right, so I went in the mission editor. I updated the wheel chucks and I added the B17G in between them. So as you can see, at least from here, the distance, it's not moving. So this might be my solution. Now, the problem is, will these things move and get out of the way? So the wheel chucks are there, and it looks good. How did I not paint this side? And everything looks good. So let's say that we're ready. We have the engines started. They're going. It sounds great. We're gonna ready for takeoff, and we're gonna come back here, and we're gonna remove. We're gonna remove. What? All right. Now I'm sure I did it right this time, right? All right. Let's try it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why? Oh, we've got magnets. Crap. Back to the B17.
All right. So what I have on the B17 right now as a hack are these magnets, and we don't need those if we're using the wheel chucks. All right. So now what I have to do is go ahead and go back into the editor, the mission editor, swap out this B17 with these magnets for the B17 that we remove the magnets, and see if it spawns and if we're able to move these wheel chucks out of the way. Now, what we may need to do, and I hope we don't have to do, is we may have to make these go outwards. So go back, and then move back. So it's a little weird, but we'll see what happens right now with just the magnets being gone. So here we go. All right, it's going to spawn right now. And there it goes. Look at that. It went right over the wheels. All right, here we go. Wish it luck. Look at that. Okay, so now what we're seeing is that it is pushing on the wheels. What's sad about this, as I'm thinking about it, I actually believe that I have the parking brakes on as well. So I am getting some major wheel, well, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's a major bug. I just want to see if we put some weight behind these, if it'll work. All right, so in the mission editor, I moved everything off the ground a little bit. Did that work? Is it holding it? All right, so it's kind of holding it. But boy, these are big. Yeah. All right, so my second idea is that the magnets really did a pretty good job of holding the B17 in place. So what I'm thinking is of making a kind of a ground platform with magnets on it, where the wheels down here, maybe perhaps, will be locked into place onto this heavy ground plate, and that might work in place. But I don't know if this is going to work. See this giant thing? All of that was needed. Well, I don't know exactly how much, but a lot of that was needed to hold these wheels, especially this guy, from rolling back. Now, does this even work? No. So we can't move these out. No. Too weak. All right, well, that's it for today. I'm going to go ahead and leave it to you to leave some comments below. But for right now, I am thinking that I'm going to go ahead and make a platform that has magnets, stick the plane down to the platform, and have it released by a button that way. And maybe even we can simulate the simulate the wheel chucks moving out of the way, and we can do it that way. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe in between then and now, I'll figure out what's making it spin. I used to think it was that wheel, but I locked that wheel in place, and it still rolls around in circles. So it's not that. All right, well, thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. I'm just going to walk away from this B17
with disgust and sadness and confusion, and I'll see you next time. Bye!